welcome to the Bushido gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and welcome to my week 2 review of my draft league, the Bushido gang draft league. So, going to be covering all 4 matches. For this match, we have the New Mexico Ludicolo versus the Dubai Dragapults. So, from last week, the Dubai Dragapults did beat the Fire Nation, and Ed, captain of the New Mexico Ludicolos, did beat me last week. So both of these players are up 1. So let's see what's gonna happen here. So the Dragapults lead off with Dragapult, ironically, and Ed leads off with the Incineroar. So the Dragapults are gonna Yui out, and in comes Cobalion as the Ludicolos go for the knockoff. So interesting, gonna knock off the Chople there. So in comes the Palisand. Palisand is going to come in on the rocks. So the Cobalions go for the rocks. Palisand goes for a Scorching Sand and gets the burn on the Cobalion. So that is pretty tough. In comes the Dragapult as they go for the rocks of their own now. So the Ludicolors are going to get their own rocks up. Now they're going to switch and go to the Magearna to scout for whatever this Dragapult goes for. It goes for a Shadow Ball, not doing too much damage. Going to go for the Yui there, so it's not a locked-in Dragapult. In comes Cobalion to take whatever hit this goes for. So he's just going to sack it now. Get off a little Volt Switch action. So now the Ludicolors are up 1, and the Dragapults are down 1. Here comes a Yui on the Toxapex. So now in comes the Bro. So here comes a knockoff, and it's going to reveal a Choice Specs. Oh my goodness. That Bro was going to go stupid. Hold up. In comes the Frostlass on the rocks. Here comes the Psychic doing a ton, and going to get the Curse Body from the Frostlass. In comes the Incineroar now as they go for a Poltergeist. And that might be Banded Frostlass, since Banded Frostlass is known to be running stuff like this. So he's going to go for the Yui, and there goes the Frostlass. So that's 2 down for the Dragapults, but they're still up 4, or they have 4 left, while the Ludicolors are up by 6. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Here comes the Intimidate on the with the Incineroar, and now Shadow Ball's gonna do a good chunk, and it is gonna be able to knock it out after the drop. So there goes the Incineroar. In comes the Virizion right now. So now the Dragapults go for a Draco. Draco does a lot, but this is actually a special Virizion. So, ooh, this could be very interesting. Here comes a Yui, though. So I'm pretty sure this is going to go for like a Giga Drain or go for Synthesis. Okay, so there's a Synthesis there. So the Ludicolors are still up by 5. Here comes the Taunt on a Toxic to scout for whatever it could go for. Maybe like a Haze or whatever. Here comes a knockoff. So no lefties there. This still isn't looking too bad for the Ludicolos, as they can get off a really nice Giga Drain there. And now here comes a Scald. Are they going to burn right here? They do not get a burn, so that burn is not going to go in their favor. So here comes a Scald. Another burn. No burn there. So Giga Drain might have a chance to kill, but he goes for the Taunt to make sure that he can't go for recovery. So it doesn't have Haze, and there's the burn that the Dragapults needed. So now they can kind of wear down the Virizion a little bit. Maybe with Dragapult, maybe. But it's going to be kind of close. But let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see. Well, the Toxapex is dead now, so Pex can't really do too much here. It's looking pretty rough here. Here comes the Mimikyu. So what's Mimikyu going to do? Play rough? Oh my god, that Mimikyu said, I'm about to take this mod. Oh, this is a game now. Wait a minute. Okay, so Rotom's in here. Rotom actually has a shot here. It could definitely potentially sweep with a Nasty Plot. So here comes the Palisand. And now what they could do is go for a Toxic, but they go for the Nasty Plot right off the bat. So the Dragapults are going to be very aggressive. Here comes a Shadow Ball crit. Oh, that's going to be pretty rough there. A Pain Split's going to come in. So Rotom's going to get some health back. Here comes another Shadow Ball. They get a drop here. So the Ludicolors are getting some luck, but that Overheat is going to cook that Palisand. So that is just a glass castle now. So in comes the Bro. Here comes a Discharge. That Discharge is going to do a good chunk to the Bro. Here comes an Ice Beam. I wonder why he beam. Maybe he predicted Dragapult? Not too sure why he did that. But here comes a Discharge now on the Magearna. Not going to do too much. An Overheat miss is going to suck. And the Rotom is going to fall. So Rotom would have been very, very solid here. But I do believe that the Dragapult still might be able to pull this out. Here comes an SD. And the disguise is now broken. But nothing else can outspeed this. And Magearna is very low. I don't think the Ludicolors are going to come out of this alive, as the Shadow Claw is going to just dominate that Bro. And here comes the Magearna. Can Magearna take a Shadow Claw at +2? It cannot. Ooh, and that is going to be the game as the Espeon comes in here. And it's just going to fall to the Sneak. So that was a very intense game. Very cool, very cool. I did not expect the, well, I mean, the Mimikyu, at Team Preview, it didn't look like the Mimikyu would do much, but, yo, that Mon really went off. That Mon really went off. And I also didn't think that the, I thought the version would be faster, but that's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, I guess he was, like, max HP, max special attack, or something like that. But yeah, Mimikyu really went off. Like, it just swept everything after Incineroar dropped. So, very cool game. So, DMX, captain of the Dubai Dragapults, are going to leave this week with 2-0. So, that is very cool. And, Edster, captain of the New Mexico Ludicolo, is going to take his first loss of the league so far. So, now we can move on to the next game. So, next game. Also, I don't know why my music isn't, let me go back real quick. Nope, not that one. I'll just pick something else. Let's go with that. Alright. So, game 2. We have the Sunset Subtiles coached by Ace Trainer Eric. And we have King Eevee, captain of the Farmington for Alligators. And this ad, brought to you by this ad. Come on. All these ads, man. Alright, well, the ad will just, I'll just let the ad go. I can't do much about it. Okay, now I can skip it, I think. Okay, there we go. So we're actually going to put this one on loop real quick. I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional. Can I actually get the loop? There we go. Alright. So, oh, wait. This is my game. Let's not do that yet. Okay. So, looking at the matchup. This one could be close. This one could be close. Eric's team does look pretty strong, though. Depending on the Darm set, it could definitely do a lot of work. Banded Darm could go crazy if he has Banded Darm. But then if he has Banded, then, well, he'd be slower than the Zero Aura. And Zero Aura could definitely just revenge kill it. I don't know. Might be Choice Scarf Darm, most likely. Rillaboom could definitely do some stuff. Not really. Rillaboom kind of gets walled by everything here. But it can kind of break through some stuff, like the Zero Aura and the Gelatin, but that's it. Everything else just kind of walls it. Sternlax might actually be pretty decent depending on how he's gonna play it. Depending on like the set, of course. Could be like a Curselax. Curselax could actually put in some work. But for King Eevee's side though, I definitely see that Corviknight going off. Especially once Darm is gone. That Corviknight's gonna do some things. That Haxorus also looks pretty strong too. So let's see how both players will combat this. So, turn 1, King Eevee leads off with the Clef. I mean, whoa. I meant to say King Eevee leads off with the Jelly, and Eric leads off with the Clef. In comes the Skull, not going to get the burn there. So, here comes a Leech Seed on the Rotom switch in, so not going to get much there with the Appleton. In comes the Lax, as he goes for a Toxic, and unfortunately they miss. Here comes a Volt Switch. Not going to do too much, as that Lax is just going to eat it up right away. Here comes a Heat Crash on the Jellicent switch in, and it seems to be Rocky Helmet. So okay, so this must be like a physically defensive one. Burn gonna come in on the Appleton. So Appleton is fine with getting burned unless it's like a physical one, but it doesn't seem to be that way. Hex is gonna come in now on the Lax. He's gonna catch that, go back on the Appleton, and another burn is gonna come his way, but he's gonna eat that burn nice and pretty nicely. Goes for a double burn. Interesting. Here comes the Apple Acid. That's going to do a lot. So that's going to force out King Eevee to go into the Corviknight, I'm pretty sure. Or even go into the Rotom. So he does go Corvi. So what's Eric going to do? Okay, he's going to go for the Apple Acid again. Again, keep that Corviknight low. Get a nice drop on it. So it'll do like a little bit more damage now. He's going to go into Darm. Interesting. Going to go for the Yui there. If I were him, I would have just stayed in and go for the Leech Seed, but he's going to go for the Yui instead and get chipped again. So, now it comes to Appleton on the recovery from the Jellicent. So, interesting. So, here comes a Hex. Hex is going to do a decent chunk, but not too much. Apple Acid is coming again, and it's going to do some chip damage to, or going to do a nice chunk to that Jellicent. So, he can go for the Leech Seed if he wants, or he can go for the recovery, which he does go for. So, the recovery is going to come his way. Now, what's going to happen? Going to go for a Volt Switch again. So, it seems like it's going to be kind of a stalemate at this point. Going to go for a Body Press. Okay. Body Press Appleton. It might have Iron Defense then. So, oh, we know it doesn't have iron defense. I'm tripping. Here comes the Rune Rodriguez for Eric. So he's gonna go for the taunt with with King Eevee. Here comes the Sylveon on the switch, and now Darm can come in, and Darm can do some things. Darm can definitely do some things. He's gonna go for the Yui though, so not gonna put too much pressure on that Sylveon. Here comes the Lax. So Lax can definitely do some stuff, especially if it has a heavy slam. Gonna go for the body slam instead. So this is just going to be healthy. And comes to Appleton again. So it's kind of looking like a stalemate at this point. They're kind of just feeling out each other. Kind of going to go for like some Leech Seed shenanigans, or probably going to go for like Apple Acid. Okay, you're going to recover. Okay, good play on Eric's part, going for the recovery, making sure he keeps this Appleton healthy, because he needs to keep it healthy for the Jellicent. Oh no. Oh no, they're going for the, oh my gosh. Okay, what's about to happen here? Moonblast. Okay, that's going to be a dead Hax. So Hax is dead now. So finally, one drop down. So Eric is up 6, while Eevee's down 1. But he's gonna go for the workup with the Zeraora. So interesting. So workup Zeraora. So now he's gonna revenge him. So there goes the Clef. Now Darm can come in and go for a Blitz. Is he gonna go for the Blitz though? He goes for the Earthquake. Okay, that was a pretty good mid ground, in case he wanted to predict that. So now it comes to Appleton again. He's gonna go for the Hex again, and he could definitely go for some Leech Seeding. Or he could just go for the Apple Acid again, but he goes for the recovery instead. So he's gonna make sure he keeps this Appleton healthy again. Is he gonna Leech Seed this time? No Leech Seed, just another Apple Acid. So gonna keep that Sylveon nice and low. Now it comes to Rune Rodriguez, probably to get up rocks. He's gonna go for the Hyper Voice, gonna do a decent chunk to it, but the Rune Rodriguez takes it decently well, so it might be like more specially invested. Okay, the rocks are up though, so that's pretty cool. So rocks are up now, which is gonna hurt the Corviknight a little bit. Gonna go for the burn there, so now he's gonna get this little nice and burn action on that. So what's gonna happen here? Hyper Voice again, gonna do like 30. He can go for the Poltergeist. How much is this gonna do? Ooh, a nice 45. That's not bad. It's actually some really good damage off that. That's some very good damage. Gonna Wish again, and more Poltergeist action. 42. The roll isn't too great though. It's not too great, but what can Eric do? He's gonna go into Lax instead, and Eevee is just going to go for the Hyper Voice again, just wear this down even more. So Lax is getting more and more worn down, so it's not going to be able to really deal with the Rotom soon, or even the Sylveon at this point. He's going to go for the Heavy Slam this time, so he reveals it. I'm not going to do too much of the Corviknight, as Corviknight is just a very bulky mon. He could go for the Yui there, and take the pressure. That's actually going to be pretty good, because now he can wear down the Leaf Storms. Or whatever else this Rotom could go for. But he's going to go into the Appleton instead, as he goes for the Toxic. So he's going to go Appleton to catch the Toxic nicely. So he could go for the Leech Seed again, or he could just go for the Apple Acid. But he's going to go for the Defog. Interesting. So he wants those rocks away. Huh. Okay, and he's going to go back into the Appleton to catch Toxic again. So Eevee seems to really want those hazards away, which is interesting to me. Now he's going to do. He's going to go for the Leech Seed. Okay, so good play on Eric's part to catch the Corviknight coming in. This is actually a pretty long game from what it seems. He's going to Roost here again, so going to keep that nice and healthy. He's going to Apple Acid now to get the drop. So honestly, this Appleton could definitely wear him down very quickly. Very quickly. He could definitely go for it again, or he could go for the double. What's he going to do? He's going to go for the Apple Acid again, so he's going to drop that Rotom too. So he's going to keep trying to force some switch-ins. I like that. He's playing very aggressive with the Appleton. Here comes the Volt. So here comes another Apple Acid, I'm sure. Or a Leech Seed. Nope, Apple Acid. So again, he's going to wear that down even more. But unfortunately, Appleton cannot take a Hyper Voice from this Mon. This Mon is just too much of a threat. So Rune Rodriguez comes and he goes for the Hyper Voice. It does a good 28%. So yeah, that Rune Rodriguez is just eating every hit. So he's gonna go for the rocks again. Make sure he keeps this a little bit worn down, but it's still gonna be tough. I think the Darm has it though, but I'm not too sure if he's actually blitzed now, because he hasn't revealed it yet. Or maybe he really doesn't have it, but still, this is getting worn down, which is good, but he only has 5 more of these left, and the Corviknight can solo it out. So he's going to go for the Wish on the Snorlax switch in. So King Eevee's playing this very smart. Again, making sure he keeps this Sylveon healthy and making sure he keeps everything else healthy. Gonna Heavy Slam on the Rotom, and not going to do too much damage. So he's going to go for the Volt Switch again, going to get another crit. So this Rotom just might have like Scope Lens or something, I'm not too sure. Okay, here comes a Heat Crash. And again, that Jellicent's just going to eat. He's going to go for the Hex this time. Going to go for an Earthquake now, but again, that's not doing too much. So he's going to Scald, and there's a burn. So now the Lax is pretty much just useless, as Jellicent can just recover here. So King Eevee is going to just do that and just recover the Jelly. and Heat Crash is going to drop now. I mean, the line is going to drop to the Heat Crash of its own. So here comes Rillaboom. Rillaboom could definitely do some work. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Why isn't he Grassy Surge? Interesting. I wonder why he's not Grassy Surge. What's he going to do? He's going to Yui. So he wants to bring the Darm in now. Oh, he's Life Orb. Okay. Huh. Okay, well, yeah, this could definitely do some work. Maybe. But he might Blitz here. He went for the trick. Oh! Yo, I like that play. I like that play a lot. Oh, snap. That was a really good play. Too bad the Hex is going to wear it down a little bit, though. And unfortunately, he's not going to get the, he's not going to win the speed tie either. So, Rillaboom can come out again. I'm going to go for the SD. So, I think this Mon might have it if he can wear down the Corviknight. He might be able to wear down the Corviknight, because Corviknight doesn't seem to really do much besides just U-turn. Unless it has, like, Body Press, too. It might have Body Press. Oh, no. Knockoff's just going to body this thing instead. Yo. Rillaboom is going off. Oh, and the miss, too? Oh, no. Oh, no. And that is going to be the game, as Darm can pretty much clean it up with the Flare Blitz, or even this can, too. He's going to go for the Leaf Storm. And yeah, Dharma's going to clean this up at this point. So, it looks like this is GG. It looks like this is GG for the Sunset Sceptiles against the Farmington Feraligators. That was a very cool game. Very, very cool game. Also, it was King Eevee's birthday. So, again, in the comments, say happy birthday, King Eevee. But, yeah, that was a pretty cool game. Very cool game. Trick Darm's very cool. Trick Darm is very, very cool. I feel like Eric must have messed up or something here, because I'm very confused with why he didn't have Grassy Surge, but I guess maybe he wanted to like have an element of surprise or something, or maybe he just forgot. One of the two happened. But still, this was a very cool game. Very, very cool game. Darm went in. Darm definitely went in. Darm definitely went in here. But yeah, that is going to cover that. So Eric, captain of the Sunset Sceptiles, is going to go 1-1, and King Eevee, captain of the Farmington Feraligators, is going to go 0-2 for now. So that's still not too bad, not too bad. So let's see what's gonna happen in the next game. So this is my game against Helga, captain of the Pennsylvania Phantoms. So I'll just diagnose my team a little bit. So I have some very cool stuff here. I'm running Rain plus Hail. Now the way his team was kind of like built, he had a lot of water types, which Abomasnow could easily take advantage of, and same with Magneton. So I had to bring both of them. They were both just too good. Also Rain can cover the Volcarona slash the Centiskorch. So I was pretty okay with bringing my set here. Also, I did bring a body pressing Cofagrigus, because it also dealt with his team pretty nicely, as he doesn't really have much way of or much like counterplay to it, unless he has like the Kyurem, which he did not bring. If he brought Kyurem, this game could have been different. This game actually could have been very different, but I think it still would have been close if he brought the Kyurem. But yeah, again, I kind of like made sure I prepped for everything. Again, prep for the Volk, prep for the Centiskorch. Again, those mons definitely could have been a problem, so I had to bring Rain. Did not expect the Azumarill though. The Azumarill definitely caught me off guard. But again, his other water types like Vape and Toad coming in, I kind of figured. But let's see how this game is gonna go. So turn 1, I lead with Abomasnow as he leads with the Mandibuzz. Overall, this is a pretty good lead for me, as I can go for the Blizzard, or I can go for a Toxic or whatever comes in. I go for the Leech Seed, actually. So I go for the Leech Seed here. Gonna get some recovery going. And what I could do is go right into Pelipper and get my Rain up, because he can't really do much to me. He's going to go into Toad, which is a great plan on his part to catch the water move. But I go for the Hurricane, and I'm Specs. He goes for the Rock Slide, and he's actually banded from what he told me, so that did a lot. So I can go for the Hurricane again and wear down this Vape even more, and Vape is not going to take that very well. So he's definitely going to be going to try to get some wishing going, or try to just, you know, like protect right here, which he did go for as I bring in the Abomasnow. So I'm going to try and keep my Pelipper healthy, as I can still get the Rain up for my Kingdra. And I'm going to sub here. So I subbed here because sub pretty much just countered the vape, and it countered everything else if you wanted to like try to be aggressive. If you wanted to be more aggressive, you could have went into Senna Scorch. But maybe he was trying to like predict Rock Slide or something, which is why he went Toad like that. But my Abomasnow is actually pretty fast, so you're gonna see me outspeed this Toad and kill it. So there goes the Toad. So Toad being gone is pretty cool for me because that leaves another Water Immunity out the way. And now Cinescorch should come in here as I go for the leech seat. So that reveals that I'm actually faster than the Cinescorch, which means that he might have been like more of a coil kind of set, maybe like more like HP invested. I go into Pelipper here to get the rain up as he's gonna go for the leech life and is actually gonna kill me there. I did not expect that, to be honest. I thought I maybe live like maybe one, but Cinescorch has some pretty good attack. So now what I can do here is bring in my Kingdra and I can go for a Hurricane. I went Hurricane as kind of like a mid ground in case you wanted to go into Vape, because Vape could easily catch a water move. So that's why I went for the Hurricane there. But now what I'm going to do, this Mandibuzz is actually a problem. I can't really break through it like I want to, so I'm going to go for the Liquidation. So yeah, that's not really the best thing for me, going for the Liquidation on the switch in, but I didn't really have much other like counterplay. I could have went for the Hurricane twice, but I don't think it was really that great. As you can see, it doesn't really do that much to the Vape anyway, and he can just Wish Protect and, you know, get his Vape nice and healthy. I'm going to go back into Mag, as Mag is actually pretty strong here. He goes for the Skull. It doesn't burn me, thankfully. So Mag is very strong here, as Thunderbolt is good to go, because like I said, Toad is gone, and his only resist is Serena, and Serena is not going to take a Thunderbolt very well, especially with this being analytic, and he could just like, anytime they like switch, analytic gets boosted. So Thunderbolt's going to do a nice and meaty chunk. So I can definitely go for the Thunderbolt here. Actually, I go for the Toxic. Yeah, I go for the Toxic. So Toxic here, because again, I kind of expected the Serena to come in, so I didn't really want to go Thunderbolt, even though Thunderbolt would have been a good play as well. But Toxic was just the overall better play, as it did capitalize on the Serena. So what I'm going to do here is go for the Protect just to see what they do. They go for a sub, which was interesting. I did not expect a sub. So with this being sub Serena, could mean a couple things. Well, I mean, it doesn't really mean too much. It just means that he's just more offensively invested. So there's two things that could happen here. He could go for a knockoff, or he could go for a HJK thinking I'd stay in. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go right into Koff Rodriguez on the HJK, which he does go for. So in hindsight, I think his play going for that was a little too crazy. I think, well, I mean, this Mon is already toxic, so he had to make an aggressive play like that. And he probably didn't have knockoff. But I think if he had went for the knock, he might have got like somewhere else with this. But I'm assuming that the Serena did not have knockoff here. So now what I can do is I could go right into Magneton on the grass move, but he actually goes for the Toxic instead. So that is gonna suck, and there goes his Serena. Now in hindsight, I don't know if that was really the right play for me. Going for the going Mag right on Toxic. Again, I was expecting the grass move. But if he did knock me there, that would have been bad, but it wouldn't have been like terrible, because I could still get out some really strong Thunderbolts on everything else too. So had he knocked me, I wouldn't have died, and I still could have got some Thunderbolts off. So it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Now I'm forced to switch out and go into my Marowak as he goes for the knockoff. So that was a good knock on his part, because not only does he capitalize on my switching, but it does remove an item. So on my Thick Club getting removed, I can't go for a Stone. I mean, I can't go for a Stone Edge, but it won't do as much damage as it would if I had the Thick Club. So what I'm going to do here is go for the Sing as he goes into the Azumarill, and I miss. So if I landed that Sing, it would have been a wrap, because this Azumarill is just going to be a sitting duck, honestly. But, you know, the miss sucks, and I miss it twice. So you can just sub right here. I go for the Boomerang to break it. As he actually goes for the Jet. So he goes for the Jet, but I do break the sub now, which is cool. I go for it again, but I miss. So he can just play off me and kill me here. But now what I can do is go into Magneton, as I'm actually faster than this. He goes for the Jet. Jet does a decent chunk, but not too much. And I can just kill off the Azumarill, and that's going to be a dead Azumarill. So now in comes the Cinescorch. I'm going to go into Kingdra, as he's going to go for the knockoff and knock off my Life Orb. Again, I was fine with that. It didn't really matter to me. Go for the Liquidation, as he's going to let me kill off his Cinescorch. I'm pretty sure he was trying to predict me to go to... Maybe he was predicting like a Hurricane or something. Or maybe he just thought I wouldn't go for the water move. Again, it's fair. it's fair for him to think that, because again, Vape is a very easy switch in. I could have switched back into Magneton if I wanted to, but that would have been a very risky play. So I had to go for the balls to wall play and just go for the water move. So I made the play I made. I'm gonna go for the liquidation to keep this low, as he's gonna go for the roost and keep this healthy. I think I go for it again, or I go for a DD. I do go for the DD. So DD is gonna do a little. It's gonna actually like put me kind of up, but not really, because I don't have, you know, outrage. If I had outrage, this would actually be better for me. But Scald's gonna do a lot, and he does get the burn as well. So I kind of just sack the Kingdra. It doesn't really do much for me. I go for the Draco to get some damage off, but like I said, it only did like 33. So this Vape just ate very comfortably, and now I'm pretty much just kind of forced to sack the Kingdra as I go for the Draco again, doing like 50%. So he goes for the Scald, kills me off. Now at this point, it's still looking like it's in my favor, because Magneton, like I said, could just Thunderbolt through him. So it's still not the worst thing in the world. So I do go for Mag, and I do Thunderbolt here. It does a lot. I'm not going to, you know, kill it, but it does get the para there. He Scalds me, kills me off. But like I said, at this point, Abomasnow just wins, as I could just Leech Seed and Blizzard through the Mandibuzz, and I'll pretty much be set. So I go for the Leech Seed this time. And I do believe I either went for the double Leech Seed or I went for the sub. I do go for the double Leech Seed. He goes for the Scald. And did he get the burn? He did not get the burn. The burn wouldn't have mattered anyway at this point, as the game is pretty much just done. So I go for the Giga Drain. Again, he's pretty much just trying to stall out the Hail, which makes sense, because he wants to make sure that my Blizzard isn't as accurate. So I go for the sub here, as he's gonna go for the Scald, but my Abomasnow is pretty Spadef invested, so I could definitely take the hit. And now I can take this Mon's life with the Leech Seed. And now it comes to the Mandibuzz. Goes for the U. He does break my sub, but I go for a Blizzard. Does a decent chunk, but that Mandibuzz is just Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is Mandibuzz. That's all I can really say. I go for the Leech Seed to get some recovery off. And again, the Abomasnow is just going off at this point. I can go right into the Cough and just Iron Defense, and then that's pretty much going to be the game, as you can't really do much at this point. So yeah, he does reveal the foul play, but it only did like 21%. And now I just set up on him and just win. So yeah, that's gonna be the game. So, I think his team was pretty cool, actually. I think his team was very cool. The Azumarill was very interesting. I'm pretty sure it must have been like a belly drum kind of Azumarill with sub, to make sure you can guarantee get that sub. The Seismic Tail was very cool. With it being adamant, and Choice Bandit most likely. Didn't really expect that, and also I didn't really expect my my Pelipper to live. But then again, I think my Pelipper had a little bit more defense investment, so it might have had like a little bit of defense investment, because I didn't make this thing like fully special attack invested. So even though I might have, I'm not too sure. Actually, no, I think I made it. I think I did make it max special attack, but I gave it like some defense investment, not like too much, but I gave it a good chunk in HP and a good chunk in speed. But yeah. Definitely Rain plus Hail is so good. It was something I just couldn't pass up against his team, because it was actually very solid against him. But so good game. GG to Helga, captain of the Pennsylvania Phantoms, and now I get my first win. So now I am 1-1, and Helga is now 1-1 as well. With the loss. So that is going to be game 3. Now let's move on to the last game of the week. So this one, we got Bible, captain of the Fire Nation, and we have Helmy, captain of the Wisconsin Weezings. Their teams look very crazy. Bible's got some electric terrain going on, and Helmy's going to be rocking some sand offense. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be like Sand Rush, Stoutland, and also Sand Rush Drill. Could be mold breaking drill too, if he wants to deal with like Rotom, most likely. But he also has Grassy Surge to bounce back the terrain. So this could be a very interesting game. Let's see how this game goes. All right, so Helmy's gonna lead off with the Thwackey, as Bible's gonna lead off with the Amoonguss. He could go for the Sludge Bomb here, but he's gonna go right into Pincurchin to remove the terrain. Goes for the Fake Out. Interesting. So I guess he wanted to break a Sash if it had one. Goes into Raichu right away. He goes for the knockoff on the Switch. Yo, Helmy. Yo, the knockoff on the Switch is actually pretty cool. It did cover everything, so that was actually a very solid play. Again, breaking the potential Sash and also getting the knockoff was very, very solid. If I were in Bible's position, I definitely would have won Amoonguss, since Amoonguss doesn't really need an item. Granted, it could be like Rocky Helmet, so maybe he wanted to preserve the Amoonguss, but yeah, that getting knocked off is pretty bad for him. But let's see how he circumvents this. He's going to go for the Focus Blast. It does a decent chunk, but not too much. Going to go for the Yui, and there goes Raichu. So Raichu, being one of the bigger threats to his team, is actually gone. But let's see how Helmy's going to like do this now. He gets up the sand with the Tar, and comes Hitmontop. He's going to go Dragalge. Going to go for the Mach Punch. So that must be Bandit or Life Orb. It looks like it might be Bandit. Definitely Bandit from that damage. Gonna go for the flip turn to get some initiative going. So good play on the Weezing's part. In comes the Thwackey to get up the terrain again. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Gonna go for the fake out to get some chip. He can go for the flinch right there. So what are they going to do? What is the Fire Nation gonna do? Are they gonna Sledge Bomb here? I'm gonna go for the knockoff to remove the AV. Foul play is not gonna do too much though. So he could Spore if he can't really Spore. Well, I guess he could right now if he has it. Wait, no, he doesn't because he's AV. So, wait, huh? Wait, it's AV with Spore. Oh, okay. So he kind of like tried to fake him out. I guess that's kind of cool though. So he's gonna Spore the Urshifu, which is cool. And comes to Pincursion to set the terrain back up. So now what's gonna happen? He can go for rocks here. Goes for the spikes. So he's gonna make sure that he gets those spikes up and just wear things down. Apparently the Tar doesn't have Earthquake, so that's interesting. In comes the Rotom. So Rotom's not gonna really do too much, and you could definitely go for the Grassy Glide. So he goes for the Volt. So maybe he doesn't have Grassy Glide. Interesting. So in comes the Amoonguss again. So what's Bible gonna do now? Okay, so Helmy's gonna go for the Leech Seed, so it's not Grassy Glide. Gonna go for the U-turn though, so it's just pretty much like full utility. Tart's gonna come in here and get chipped from the spikes. In comes the Foul Play to do a little bit of damage, but not too much. You can't Spore this anyway unless he has Stun Spore. If he's rocking like double status, that could be cool, but it doesn't seem like he is. He's running Giga Drain, so he's gonna get a little bit of damage off, but that Tar must be like fully Spadef. So definitely gonna be like a fully Spadef Tar. And comes Hitmontop to put some pressure on him. Is he gonna go for the spin? Gonna go for the crunch to do a lot. But let's see what Bible's gonna do. He's probably gonna spin here to remove the rocks. So let's see. Yeah, I guess he is gonna do that. He's gonna get chipped down as he brings in the Drago. Oh, he went for the triple axle. Oh, that's interesting. I would have spin there in my opinion. In comes the Stoutland. So Stoutland's gonna take advantage of this sand. And comes the Pincurchin to get messed up by this Psychic Fangs. Actually, that didn't do very much. But definitely a Facade could do enough. Or even Body Slam or whatever this gets. So he does go for it, and there goes the Pincurchin. So no more terrain for him. Here comes the Hitmontop, which can definitely go for the Mach Punch here, as he's gonna just throw away the Thwackey as he doesn't need it at this point. So he is just gonna sack it. Oh, Thwackey lived that. Jeez. Oh, never mind. It died to sand. So Drill's gonna come in here. This Hitmontop is looking very strong, and it's banded too. So band Hitmontop or banded Tekkentop is going off. Oh my gosh. Bandit Tekkentop is really going off. Here comes the Rotom to catch whatever Urshifu goes for. But Urshifu is just kind of like sleeping there. So he's going to go Tar now, Helmy. So the Wisconsins are going to bring in the Tar. Going to go for the Volt Switch, get a little bit of chip. Not too much though. And comes Hitmontop again to do what he does best. Go for some Mach Punches. So this Tar is going to fall over to this Mach Punch, unfortunately. So there goes the Mach Punch and there goes the Tar. So it looks like the Fire Nation might have this game. Because he really can't do much at this point. If he can wake up, he might have a shot. He goes into Ace instead. Okay. So it seems to be Boots Ace too. So what's he going to do? He's going to wake up. Going to go for the CC. Oh, it's not going to kill the Ace. Goes for the HJK, and there goes Urshifu. So yeah, this game's over now. As he can just Mach Punch, and that's going to be that. So that is going... Oh, wait, he can just stall this out too with the Amoonguss. So very solid game though. Very solid game. These were some very good games here. I think Sand might actually kill that. Yeah, so it does. So it's going to be a 2-0 victory for Bible, captain of the Fire Nation. So that is going to be that. So very cool. Some very cool games. Very cool games. Honestly, I did not expect the Bandit Tekkentop. That's very cool. Yeah, that was very cool. Helmy, that was interesting with the Thwackey. I kind of thought it'd be like more... Well, I mean, I didn't think it'd be like full-on utility. I really didn't think that. The Dragalge, I feel like it could have done a little bit more though. I guess he really couldn't get it in because of the Rotom. Well, not really the Rotom. It might have been like Sporing and such. And also maybe Cinderace. He probably got like too afraid of Cinderace. But Dragalge could have went off with Draco. Like he had no Draco answer, besides the Amoonguss, of course. So still Very cool game. Very cool game. But yo, this Hitmontop went off. I gotta give him credit for the Hitmontop. Like, Tekken Top is fire. Tekken Top is so fire. But yeah, that is going to be the games for week 2. So in terms of my favorite games, they were all pretty good games, actually. They were all very close too. Very close. Oh crap. Something you don't need to see. And these are all very close games. I think I kind of like Eric's game a little bit more. Just because of how he played around with the Darm. Again, he didn't really reveal the blitz until like much later, which again he has to do against a team like this. But definitely tricking the Gelatin was the right play to make. Definitely the right play to make. So very cool game though. Kind of wish Clef did a little bit more, but he can't really do much because you know the Hacksters just had to like do what it does best, just set up and go for that jab. Too bad jab didn't really kill the Clef, so the Clef must have been like max defense. And Moonblast was able to retaliate that. But still, very cool game. The workup Zero Aura was interesting too. The Rotom was pretty cool too, but it kind of just got walled by the Appleton, so you couldn't really do much. But the Overgrow Rillaboom really did it for him. But yeah, I definitely say this one was my favorite. And then this one was also pretty good too. Again, my game against Helga. Again, I kind of had to overpower him with the Abomasnow because, like I said, Abomasnow was just very good against his waters, and Rain was also good too. Like Rain just really hammered him, so I had to take advantage of that. If I was like an outraging Kingdra, this could have been different. I mean, if the Azumarill was around, then it definitely could have been a problem. But I definitely think Outrage Kingdra would have been a better pick for me here instead of running like Liquidation, because Liquidation only helped against like Sendascorch, and that was it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try DD Kingdra again at another time. But DD Kingdra is more like a DPP kind of staple, so you wouldn't really see it in the current metagame since it doesn't really like power through those mons that well. But still, very cool game, and I did like the Choice Banded Seismitoad. But yeah, also I really wish I got that Sing out. That Sing would have been so nice. That Sing would have been so nice. But he played it pretty well though. I'll give him credit though. He played it pretty well. Especially with the again, he played pretty well with the Toad and also with the Scorch. Like he made the right plays, going for the knockoff to get rid of items and such, and also again getting that damage off on my Toad or on my Pelipper. But yeah, this Vape definitely like was doing a lot of work too. Again, like just wearing things down with Skull too. Couldn't really do much to the Vape. The Vape was definitely a problem. So again, that's why I had to run a Bomb Snow, just because of this thing. Because this thing can literally just wall, or not wall, but it can just take hits for days. But still, very cool game. Very cool game. And then probably after that, I'd probably say I don't know. It's kind of a tie between these two. Wait, no, not these two. This one. It's kind of a tie between these two. I don't want to be biased, but no, I'm not going to be biased. But it was still pretty cool, though. You don't really see Choice Banded Tekken Top. That's actually something I tried to do before, like on the ladder for NU. But still, I don't know. This one was cool though. It could have been close. It could have been a lot closer. Had Helmy done something with the Dragology, because again, Draco would have been super good against him. I don't know. I'll just say they were both good games. How about that? They were both good games. But this one definitely came down to the wire too, with the Mimikyu. Well, actually, the Mimikyu just swept pretty much once the Incineroar went down. But yeah, pretty cool games. So that is going to be the end of week 2. So I already have the matches set up for week 3. So I will be playing my week 3 opponent. I will be playing crap, I forgot who I'm playing. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Let me check my phone so I can actually see who I'm playing, because I definitely know who I'm playing. It's I think it's Bible, or it's I think it's Bible actually. No, wait, no, it's King Eevee. I think it's King Eevee I'm playing. I'm playing King Eevee this week. Yeah, I think I'm playing King Eevee. But let me just be sure. Like, how could I forget this schedule when I just made it? How could I forget the schedule? Yeah, I'm playing King Eevee this week. So after this week, we will have trades. So there will be agency trades, and there will also be trades between the coaches if they want to make their trades. So yeah, this this has been going by pretty quickly. So that's gonna be it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokeamino and check out my Smogon profile. All those links will be down in the description. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the week 2 coverage, and I will see you guys for week 3. Peace out.